Hello, everybody. Hold on 1 second, please.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Sí,
Yes, we can hear you.
no le aparece en la pantalla, eso. Un segundo, un segundo.
Okay.
Can you hear it now? Can you see it now, sir?
Can you see our deck?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
see your screen now. Yep.
Okay, so first of all, I think we have heard like a lot of amazing ideas. We will prepare our questions so we can discuss tomorrow. We regroup our main learnings to 3 different pillars. The first one is localization. The second one is customized events, and the third one is alliances and collaborations. From what we have seen, I have been discussing with the team here now that it is very aligned with some of the ideas that you already shared. So we are going to start with the next one, that it is localization. It is, we have seen, hold on 1 second. Okay, so we apologize because there are like some videos that you can see. We have seen that obviously we as a global brand, we obviously need to use like some global assets. But what we have like test during not just the past year, but all over the years, is that every single time that we do localized campaigns, they really help us to better connect in a more emotional way with the customer. So that we need to do like this kind of local initiative to also be mixing with local content. What we have done like during the year is that we did like some campaigns. The first one that you can see here, it was like the Gemini, the first campaign that we did with Gemini. And what we were communicating was that Gemini was your best ally for having the best date, because the guy was using Gemini to really like give her like a good impression. So that gave us a very interesting numbers. It was like we use it in digital, also in TV. We had 2 different versions, and we did also some special actions in TV, in Open TV. Also, out of home was important. The most important piece for the first Gemini campaign for us was to connecting with Gen Z, even with Gen Alpha. Can be like we did some internal testing, and it was fun for them. But it was like a very like approachable way to communicate Gemini. Also, continuing with this path for September, also as an ACO countermeasure, we developed the Wonder of Mexico campaign. We use the launching of our foldables and also our Watch 8. And considering that September is in I don't know if all of you know, but September 16th is the Independence Day in Mexico. So we really decide to capitalize these patriotic moments to drive brand switching by showcasing how Gemini can be your best assistant in organizing like cool plans with your friends or even with your family. So also we did like a very relevant takeover. It was like the day that it was the ACO launching. It was a takeover 24 hours in TikTok, Pinterest, Meta, Amazon Prime, Twitch, and also Uber. The most important, one of our main objectives was to capture the market share targeting also ACO audiences. So it was just like to really generate like noise and buzz around our brand during ACO's special moment with a very like this patriotic and very emotional content, and also highlighting Gemini and our most relevant launching during that period. And the last one also was we developed with foldables and also with Watch, but it was more like something more cool. It was how to use Gemini as an assistant to make daily tasks easier for a Gen Z. So it was like if you are living like alone and you want like to cook something from your refrigerator, so you ask Gemini how to do like some recipes, and also how to do like correctly if you are in your house doing some kind of exercise. And also we use considering that we have a Gemini at the Watch, we also use develop one specific creative for the Watch. In digital, we focus on build relevance and high impact interaction. We use rich media and also online video. We are also using TV spots and special actions, and also out of home. What we have been doing with Gemini was to generate really awareness about how Gemini can make your life easier and simple. So, but all of these campaigns were developed locally. Le pueden dar. No. Vamos a reproducir videos.
No.
Okay.
No, so far.
So continuing with localization and with the objective to reinforce Samsung as the premium brand with the most the most innovative brand in the market, highlight AI and also targeting this younger audience through local executions. We brought some influencers to the Unpack, but we brought a producer company and we work on them developing some very cool content in order to be ready for launching that content during the day of the Unpack. So the contents were developed by local creators, but with some obviously covering their passion points and audiences. And the result was very good because we increased the engagement rate, as you can see here, plus 1.51%. And also we did something for the Flip Fold Unpack. We achieved the best content through the runners, the content that we developed through the race. So that's something that we really want to replicate because of the results, but it was very localized, the content. That's why we regrouped that into one of our key learnings for the year. And also influencers' local experience. In order to strengthen the PTO and the sense of belonging of the Team Galaxy, also highlighting on camera that it's our priority. We develop more than doing just regular activities with the Team Galaxy. We develop very cool activities where the focus and the type of pictures that they can take, it's very different. So we brought them to a safari. We also develop an activity as Day of Dead. Day of Dead is very relevant culturally in Mexico. So we brought them to one that it's one of the states of the country where they usually generate a lot of parties and activities around Day of Dead. And as you can see, probably I will show you the video in a second. And also we have been highlighting No Bad Seeds with different concerts all around the past months. I will show you the video. It was a cool experience because we brought them there, but they were like a Capitán Mexico, that's very representative of our country. As a then there, everyone was according to, and they were generating a lot of content through their obviously highlighting night photography as one of the key, and the pictures that they achieved and the content that they shared, it was really cool and amazing because of the full experience that they received. Next, we can move that we have been working closely on social on how to connect differently with these young audiences. So it is the second year that we developed this, the third year that we developed this Desafío Challenge S25. This time we call it Epic Race. So every single year we have been improving this, but now it's kind of something that the customer and our followers are expecting. So we developed 4 episodes for YouTube and TikTok that we invite some members of the Team Galaxy to solve challenges using Galaxy AI in their S25. You can see the numbers below, but you can see also the numbers at YouTube and TikTok. Obviously the key learning here was the local content with the appropriate and accurate amplification with the reality show format, really integrating organically the device, performed really well above the expectation and above our KPIs and target. ¿Te puedes poner el video? No, okay.
The Epic Race.
And then we did an interesting social experiment because we are one of our purposes for this year and the upcoming years, and you already mentioned it, it's how to use data to develop also not just also relevant content. So we work on developing a campaign fully driven by data to deliver a positive and powerful insight. As you can see here, is the main insight was that when people own the Galaxy Fold, they feel seen because it's attractive, it's different, the way people is using. So I don't know if you agree, but when you are using it, probably the people are saying, is this a tablet? Is this something different? Because it's not necessarily the bar type. So we developed this campaign with 4 scenarios to build real actions and prove our insight. We also did A/B testing for AICO and Galaxy users. As you can see here, like there was a guy using the fold in different real life situations, like the elevator, like in the park. So the 60% of the people that choose a Galaxy Z Fold, they are using it like to differentiate from the rest of the people. So at the end, the metrics were like very interesting. The views between not just Eiko users, but also Galaxy users, and also the engagement rate that we generate. It was interesting because these kind of initiatives can help us not just for switching, but also for upselling campaigns. Okay, in terms of the second pillar that are the customized events, is we have seen that very positive reaction from the customers and even potential customers, not just captive customers, doing experiential activations and like having like digital. Also, they are helping us to generate like to increase the digital engagement. So one of our main pillars it is the what we did with the Samsung Connect and also Samsung Academy. Samsung Academy is as it is called, like an academy project where we are like, this is the third year probably that we have been doing it, is that we use very relevant AI key opinion leaders in the country so they can help us to really like let the potential customers and students and everyone understand like the benefits on using AI. But even if that they are like probably catedratics or teachers in very relevant universities, the way we approach them, it's very, very casual. So all the people can understand how easy it is to use our AI. So it is divided into two. First, we have Samsung Members Connect Mexico. Is that considering that Mexico City is the most relevant, obviously, state of the country, but we really need to spread the message around Galaxy AI all over the country. This year, we also considered many states of the country to do this Samsung Members Connect, where we have like two different activities. First, we invite the tech influencers or these AI key opinion leaders to talk about Galaxy AI, and then we approach them like having with these members like a very cool and fun activity so they can apply what they learn and use their cameras and use Galaxy AI. You can see here some relevant numbers, more than 2.4 million new registers in 8 months. Also, that is aspirational because we have a limited space for these activities. So sometimes like they call us and say, oh, how can I be part of the next Members Connect in Mexico? You can see here more than 25% active users in the last 8 months, and also the number of clicks. And you can see like in the image below, it is like our AI key opinion leaders, where we have been doing like this Samsung Academy with customized experiences. There are like some data we decide to share with you. Then considering like PR as a main axis to generate these kind of customized events, we did like some interesting exercises during the year. First, this like the Galaxy S25 Edge dinner that at the dinner, everything was related on the thinnest event ever. So not just the dinner, but also the decoration and everything. It was very into lifestyle because of the nature of the device. We generate more than 743 contents and an interesting reach more than 300 millions. We had like this media dinner. Then also we are doing like a lot of efforts, as we mentioned before, with Nova Seats, with lifestyle influencers, but also with tech influencers. And also one strategy that has been successful is that we invite 4 different influencers to travel like to different places, some places inside Mexico, some places outside Mexico. And the purpose is that they document the full travel with their Galaxy, highlighting all the different features and also Galaxy AI, but it is a very like common real usage so they can show like all of our the highlights of our product. Then we develop, considering our Korean DNA, we decide to present the Tab S11 Ultra, inviting 14 tech and lifestyle content creators at a very like fancy Korean restaurant in Mexico City. But what was like really the difference? It was that the head of training present to these tech influencers an immersive experience. He was guiding them to, according to the menu, the Korean menu, to be drawing what they expect, and also they were using the bots. So imagine that considering one of the plates, they were hearing some music, but then they were drawing what they consider they are like probably about to eat. So it was kind of very original, I can say. It wasn't easy to explain them, but it was an interesting way to mix ecosystem with an immersive experience and also highlighting two of our products. We received like a lot of content. And as I mentioned already, like with Edge event, just want to highlight that we develop very different content. We developed, like we had an alliance with Elle and Kien magazines. So we developed contents around the Edge that we use them. Obviously, this was published in Elle and Kien magazine, but we also use that content in our social networks, and it was perceived as very different because we usually don't do this kind of shootings. So it was successful at the end. We will show you the video. Okay, we are not going to show you the video. We are facing technical issues. But one thing that was very relevant for us was to do alliances and collaborations all over the year, because I think it is like relevant to bring new audiences to our brand, and to also because probably we have been like facing and reaching and targeting the same audiences, and now let's find a way to really bring potential customers to the brand. So the first one, it was the Adidas Split. It is a race series to prepare the runners for the marathons, the different marathons in Mexico City, Monterrey, and Guadalajara. That these are the three top cities of the country. This is very relevant, as you know. Like Adidas is ranked between the top 10 brands that generate this emotional connection with the Gen Z. So it was like it makes sense to do this with Adidas. They were like different racings, but we have in all the different racings 3 touch points. So we had presence in the kids delivery with the training challenges and also some hands-on experience. We also had presence during the route with a cheering station with some Samsung Health amazing messages with a squad and these messages. And also we had presence at the recovery station. We had some decompression boots and some ice baths, leg massage. The leg massage that it was just specifically for the Samsung Health users. We generate like a lot of buzz during the careers and also all around the year working with Adidas Splits, more than 50 million reach. But also we had like some profiles, influencers highlighting like this alliance and also what is happening at the races. We also did some content collab with Adidas at their account at SplitsMX. And we also developed the Member Step Challenge, with 220 participants and having 157 winners. This was probably the most relevant of our alliances all over the year because of the size and because of the content that we did. But we also did something like probably some alliances that they were even smaller, but also they were relevant. Saucony, as you know, it's a lifestyle activewear brand. So it is still small, but it is very well perceived and it is very aspirational. So they have 202 runners now, but we were part of their social roles with a hands-on experience, and we generate a lot of content. And also we work with them at their Global Running Day. We also work with them developing by Samsung Health the hands-on experience and the recovery zone. And with Luna is a mattress brand, very well perceived in Mexico among like middle to high socioeconomic levels. So we developed this collaboration with them to highlight the importance of tracking your sleep patterns. So considering and giving like this extra push to the sleep coach. Also, as part of their anniversary celebrations, we gave like they gave away that they offered to their customers. It was a Galaxy S25 and a Galaxy Ring to help customers track and improve their sleep habits. So one of our main priority for the year, considering that 2 weeks ago we had the presence of Hompack, the vice president of the division. One of our priorities, not just for 2025, but also for the upcoming year, will be how to generate awareness of Samsung Health and to increase the weekly active users. So the next one. It is also some collaborations or alliances that they help us to really for brand perception, but also to extend our brand to relevant audience. As we were the first subsidiary doing the Try Galaxy with partners. We did it with Telcel and also with Liverpool. It was like a very interesting test because with Telcel we had like some banners and some communication in their websites. Telcel, it's not like a strong their website, their e-commerce is not as strong as their physical stores. And with Liverpool, it's the third marketplace after Mercado Libre and Amazon in the country. And it is very relevant, their sales in e-stores. So the results were like amazing with Liverpool, not as good with Telcel, but it was like a key learning. So the most important thing is that we communicate TryGalaxy through their partners CRM base. And also we highlight TryGalaxy in their physical stores. So it was like a 360, but we are going to analyze how we can really extend this to also other partners. We did an alliance also with TikTok to present the Tabes 10FE. We did our media workshop with them, but it was relevant because they present some trends, and then we also take advantage of being at their space to present like Tabes 10FE, but like very related with creativity, considering that that creativity and innovation and disruption is TikTok essence. So it was something different. We also support the Lao collaborations. We did like the Red Bull and also Pokemon Go. So with Red Bull, we support this dance challenge event. We had like 46 dancers, a lot of spectators, and also we generate some content in social. With Telcel, I don't know if all of you are aware, but Telcel, it represents more than 40% of Mexico sales. So it is our main carrier partner. We decide that was like Oso Traba, it's a guy that you can see at the image. He's part of the Team Galaxy. He has been recognized by Forbes as the top 10 Mexican entrepreneurs. He had like a very relevant podcast and also some events that they are like to push the entrepreneurship in Mexico. So what was interesting is that he's part of the Team Galaxy since this year, but also is that Telcel chose him as part of their campaign for Telcel 5G. And he was highlighting that Samsung in Telcel, it is like your best decision. So everything makes sense to really highlight our presence in Telcel. And also at the end, like we support Pokemon Go, not just with the Pokestops, but also with influencers and also with tech and lifestyle media. And it was relevant that we also develop an event in one of our SES with to generate coverage and talk about this alliance. Next, please. Okay, this is like we already covered localization, customer events, and alliances and collaborations, but we developed 2 extra slides to talk about something that for us is very relevant. I know that tomorrow we are going to cover this in deep, but with CRM, we had relevant learnings. I know it is more in marketing here in Mexico, it is reporting into CMO. I know that in other subsidiaries, it is into B2C, but we have interesting learnings, and I don't know if probably some of you are sharing like the same word. There are like interesting learnings. Like during the past months, unfortunately, our KPIs have been decreasing. So we are going to share with you like 2 points. The first is what our best performing campaigns, openers, retention, and obviously the hand raisers. They have like they represent the best revenue so far. Paradigm, Q77, and Hot Sale were the campaigns with the best open rate. Also, email and push generate the best revenue. And also something that makes sense is the One Samsung campaigns, where the emails that they had the best results. So obviously this is aligned with what you present at the beginning of today's workshop. But like some surprises, DA was the category with the best open rate, for example, during 2025. So they were the winners. But what is like being very relevant is that considering the number of campaigns that we have been like sending to our databases, even that we are doing segmentation, is that our open rate decreased by 35%, from 11% to 7% this year, compared to the B6 Q6 hand raisers, where we had like a more than 10% open rate this year with the last fundables campaign. The open rate decreased to 6%. So obviously the key learning here is that our database is suffering from a fatigue. We have been like over contacting the database. So that's something that we are working closely with the CRM team from Lao and even from Suwon, because we need obviously to fix the situation before our next hand raisers in January. With the migration, we have been seeing good results, but it seems that it is not enough, unfortunately. And in our last slide is we have been using the PR not just as a way to generate contents, but also reviews, but also to build corporate reputation. But also we have been like looking for how PR can really contribute to the business strategy, mainly to online, even that we also generate some content for offline retailers, carriers, or ACS, mainly to online. So as you can see here is that for all the different like launches that we have all over the year, they are being part of this like Club Samsung, that it is like this affiliate program, but they are developing content, but also giving like a special benefit or coupon or discount to their audiences. So that has been like interesting because of the number of units that we sold and also the amount that they have been like achieving. Also, what they have shared with us is that with their benefits and also the discount, they are also helping us for the switching. They have some like audience of their audience. They are like these fence eaters that they are adapting about continuing with Galaxy, that they have been like pushing them to, even if they are like from other brands, to switch, or if they were like adapting to moving to other brands to keep with us, like kind of a lock-in. With Galaxy S25 pre-order, we have like this Club Samsung activity with a lot of posts, a lot of reach, and also specific call to action to shop up with amazing results. Also, we are highlighting not just the launches, but also special like peak season sales. For example, the Liverpool night sales, they are very relevant in the country. So they develop contents in Instagram and Facebook with more than 10 million reach, but they are having like a special discount and highlighting the discount that we are offering as a brand. Sometimes we are doing this like by separated by category and in very relevant sales moments, also as one Samsung. For Hot Sale, we apply the same, but we also have this partnership with top tier tech media outlets and sponsor some collaborations with them. And they were promoting the key offers. And also we had a Galaxy Party. I don't know if you are familiarized with Galaxy Party concept, but in order to generate like a communication excuse, since last year we developed the Galaxy Party. This year we had 2 Galaxy Party during the year, that it's a special moment where we have special discounts, but it has like a full concept, 360 concept. So we are using also our tech influencers to highlight the Galaxy Party discounts and also driving obviously traffic to our site, but also to our shop app. And just to finalize, we have the requests. You can see that the requests are very similar to what my colleagues already present. So in some of them are not going to go into deep, but considering like we talk about campaigns, our campaigns are very focused on awareness, but also sometimes it's very difficult to adapt them and adjust the creatives to communicate a commercial offer. So you need to consider that our business is like, it has a very difficult and a very complex business model. So we need to think about all of the different carriers and retailers and how to highlight also keeping and also respecting the creative of our campaign, but we need to add this commercial offer. So it would be great that when the viewers who want develop the campaign, you already think about it, not just like that we need to fix it, but since the beginning. Also, the seasonal TV files in high resolution, as most of the materials are ready for digital execution, but not for other type of media and spaces. The campaigns, we need to receive everything like more in advance, more than 2 months in advance. I know that it can sound very weird, but even Liverpool, if you don't deliver 2 months in advance, you cannot be part of their campaigns. So I know that's something that sounds difficult, but we need to find a way to achieve it because we have been losing during the years very relevant spots in some of our carriers and retailers because of not delivering on time. And for flagship launches, share working files on time and better grip structure, contents that need translation, at least obviously more than 2 weeks in advance. A-series, I know that all of our presentation was mostly focused on flagship, but I think we cannot like forget that our market share, even I'm just talking on behalf of Mexico, we are not going to grow market share with flagship. So we need to focus also in A-series. We need to have a full marketing strategy for A-series from A06 to A50, in this case will be the 57, because obviously we understand that the customer that is buying the A06 is not the one that is buying the A56. But we need to cover the full, like all the touch points with the customer, not just having something digital or something in social, to cover the 360 and address the entire segment, as we mentioned already, with differentiated messaging according to which device of A-series you are going to buy. Also, Echo. The increase for Echo in our territory, it's more than double of the sales. So they are expecting us to achieve more than $300 million just for ecosystem. So we need, as we mentioned this to Stephanie when we were in Buenos Aires, we need to have a full ecosystem campaign and full storytelling highlighting our connected experience as a key differentiator. And this will help us obviously to drive retention and switching. But if our customer cannot understand the benefits of using our ecosystem, we are still losing. Will be very difficult. The attachment rate, the lock-in, and everything. And also, I know that we are having like some interesting tools such as Samsung Health and other things, but we really need to let the people know. From the feedback that we have been receiving, is most of the people, they don't want to change to switch into the Galaxy because of the ecosystem. So that's something we need to find a way to let them know how easy it is to change, like to migrate, like to our ecosystem. Also collabs. I know that they already mentioned it, but we are like expecting like to have a regional proposal for better planning, and also if you can bring like relevant brands that we all of us can take advantage of, can leverage and do something even bigger, that would be great. But the ones that we received last year, unfortunately, Red Bull and also Pokemon, we received them like very, very late. So I know that we try to do our best, but if we receive them like even more in advance, the result will be even more successful. Influencers is still like, will be great that you can negotiate a relevant regional icon influencer sponsored by Lao or even sponsored by Suwon, that it's relevant for the Lao region. And also develop real opportunities to connect with other influencers from different regions. Like I know that I don't know, like I can mention, I don't know, Seasa, Stella. They are like, they are using like some Nikki Nicole that I know that has been like very controversial, but that can also be relevant in Mexico. So how we can really like benefit one to each other, not necessarily the full region, but also some subsidiaries that we have like some relevant influencers in common. In terms of innovation support to lead the PR narrative is that we really need to find a way. If we really want to connect differently with the consumers, we will need to change our storytelling and the narrative. Like that's one point. And also there are some specific products that they're not going to be launched in our country, but they are relevant. So we need also to have them in order to send the message that we are like the leaders of innovation. As some examples here, it can be the Galaxy XR or the Threefold, that they are not going, we didn't receive like any sample, we didn't generate any communication because we are not going to have it in the country. But we do need to generate noise around it in order to consolidate Samsung as the AI pioneer or as the AI leader company. Also, we need to elevate Galaxy Health as the global PR pillar. This is from a PR standpoint. And we need to share much more information about health features, about research data, about like, to really, so tier one media can be interested on talking about Samsung Health. Also, I think we have been doing like some very good efforts the past years, but also we will need like considering the position that AICO has in the country, even that they don't have, that they have a lack of innovation. We will need to focus on doing something regional, very relevant in order to fight with them. Because I think not just probably for September, but for the whole year, if the marketing is going to be one of the key strategies, we should find and develop something even more aggressive. Important thing is in Mexico, we have some law limitations to talk about like a very frontal against AICO, but let's find a way to do something, not just for September, but all over the year. For social and also members, is we need to take care of the quality and improve the times. It seems that the timing is not just something like for one of the areas, it is like a common request. And also we need to find a way to develop content that follow the local relevance, local trends, and also local seasonalities. Some teams, some of these adjustments, we do it like like by ourselves. But if you can also do it like by law, will be also great. And I'm not going to go in deep at CRM because I know probably the CRM team is not necessarily here. But we need to find a way, as I mentioned before, to be much more clever, strategic in order to really, really, really impact our database the way we are expecting to, and not just like sending emails because we need to fill the jobs. So I think that's all from our side.
Thank you, Karen. I think was a lot of good examples, a lot of good best practice. Because of the time, I'm not going to comment all, but there are two things that I would like to say. One, you call attention to the A series. That's true. We need to focus more on A series. Even if we look at the presentations here, the majority is more about flagship, and even about the whole spectrum of A series. on average in LATAM, 80% of A series comes from A0X and A1X. So we need to talk about the entire A portfolio, but our focus needs to be on A0X and A1X. And just looking at the presentation gives an idea that we all, and even us here, we need to put more focus on A series. And the other guys, let's give some extra work to Mexico. Sorry, Karin, but the Galaxy Party that Mexico is doing is a great example, because normally we do Samsung Week for having like a very good promotional activity in D2C, so entire portfolio. However, Mexico is doing that not only with D2C, they are doing that with different customers and doing 360, as she mentioned. So I truly believe Galaxy Party is a benchmark that you all could touch and talk with her, as probably your HODs and sales teams will love these activities that she's developing in Mexico. And so next one, last, but because of the alphabetical order, CEPRI.